Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, welcome to Be My Guest. This is Jan Lewis. Today we have Gary Blanchard back with us. We just had his wife, Carol Mays, a poet, with us. And now we have Gary Blanchard, her husband. And he has written the theme songs to our program. You'll hear them coming and going. And Run, River, Run, we've done that. We've done what was the other one? The In the Gypsy Moon. We did that for a while. We always use Gary's songs. 'Cause once I met Gary and heard his songs, I told my co-producer, let's change over because this is really good stuff. I want this right now. And he did. Gary, welcome back.
Thank you.
And they came in again from West Brookfield today. And I think, where did you say you were both featured in Performer magazine?
I was featured in Performer magazine, which is nationally distributed, but actually is based near Boston.
Okay.
And the Painted Guitar Dreamer, and I got a little one-page feature in that magazine, which is really nice.
I want to get a hold of it. What month was it? Do you know?
Just this month, the December-January issue.
Where would I pick that up?
I don't know, but you can go online and you can actually read the magazine online as well.
Okay, I love holding it in my hand.
Well, I do too, and they're supposed to be sending me some copies, but
okay.
I'm
Don't
still
hold your
waiting.
breath, right? Performer magazine, and it's based in Boston. How did they hear about you, Gary?
They had placed something on Facebook where they were, looking for people to talk about one of their favorite guitars.
Sure.
And I had the Dreamer, and I said, well, that's kind of unique, and I think visually it would appeal to people. So
Gary has a guitar. Show us the guitar again, if you remember from the last program that Gary was
That's,
on. This was designed by a young lady, right?
Yeah.
She did this. It's got the peace sign. Can you zero in on that, Paul? They absolutely love that. Boy, does that bring back memories, huh?
I'll tell you.
Peace baby, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it had everything. She did a great job. She's very young, right? And she caught the essence.
Yeah, she really caught that 60s vibe very well.
I've seen it coming back in the fashion magazines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These things always come and go.
The granny skirts. What else was it? Oh, the ties around the head.
Yeah.
The old type of thing. Gary has a new DVD out. It's called Give Love. And I think if you can zero in on this, it's another perfect. They have a wonderful photographer. Carol Mays was great on her DVD, and Gary's CD right here, perfect picture. All right, this gem photographer. Don't lose her. She is good. Rarely do I see things that really. Sometimes they are ordinary, right? These are not.
Right.
These are capturing you guys personally. Sometimes a person's just standing there. These are like. You're like with your hair in the wind, and I'm with my guitar, and I'm cool, and here's the forest. Gary, can you sing us the Give Love?
I would be glad to.
He's going to sing one of his songs on the DVD. There are 12 of them on this new, on the CD. Actually, it's a CD.
Oh, here it is.
And on this cover, he's got his funky 60s guitar design.
I keep knocking my finger further under the...
Did you lose your pick down there?
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, let's see.
All right, we'll just do it.
All righty. We're going to rock with it. You've got your harmonica with you. Here we go.
You want to see a world at peace, you have to give love. If you want to see all hatred cease, you have to give love. In the sunshine and the rain, through the pleasure and the pain, we have all the world to gain, we have to give love. If you want to turn the world around, we have to give love. If you want to find the common ground, you have to give love. If you want democracy, we must have equality. We can have the world we want to see. We have to give love. If you want to live in unity, you have to give love. If you want opportunity, you have to give love. Open up your mind and heart. We can watch a new world start. But we all must do our part. We have to give love. We can watch a new world start. We have to give love.
Hey, fantastic. Now, was that the first one you wrote for the CD?
No, actually, that one came along a little later. I'm trying to think in terms of, that was earlier in 2017. This whole CD, actually, I started, the first song was written in April of 2017, just after I completed the Be the Change CD. I had no sooner got that done, I started writing the next one.
Yeah.
And actually, the next song I do will be the first one that I wrote for the CD.
Yeah,
this one came along a little later, I think, during the summer.
So that was April. And
Yeah.
so from April to, you began the new one in April.
Right, and I had it completed by the end of December.
Wow.
And that's with 12 new songs.
Boy, has he got some new songs. Called The Quest. Okay. Play that was a great one. Play that one for I love that one. Well, he asked me to pick out, to play for the program, songs that were like favorites. And I thought, I just can't. I don't know because they're all so good. How do you pick? I know one of them is going to, at least one or two of them are going to grow on me. I know this because it has in every single CD I've heard. And when I first met Gary, when he came on, I believe he was on the program in 2012 or 2013. And I remember one of the first songs that you sang and played was Run River Run. And I never forgot that. Never. Never.
Oh, let's see.
Now, we got the whole orchestra here. We've got two guitars. We've got the funky guitar. What's the difference between the two of them? The pitch?
This is in an open D tuning.
What's that mean?
That means when you play it, you're hearing a D chord without even holding the strings.
Oh, okay.
So it's not dissimilar to the open G banjo tuning. So
The Quest.
I went to the river to try to find rest, hoping that I would be cleansed and be blessed. All that I felt was tired and stressed, so I went on my way. I went to the valley to try to find love, hoping that it would come down from above. All that I found was a gray morning dove, so I went on my way. To the mountain to find what life means, hoping that knowledge would flow from its streams. All that I learned is life's not what it seems, so I went on my way. hidden inside. Now I can feel that my quest's satisfied. I can go on my way.
That's a true. These are true Gary Blanchard songs. Let me tell you, you have a lilt. There's a, I don't know what it is. To all the songs you have, there's no mistaking who's singing it and who's. Where do you get your muse the most?
You know, I really am not totally sure. I've had songs inspired by bumper stickers, bottle caps. Just every now and then a phrase comes into my head, and then the song just sort of springs from it. But yeah, underlying it all is that sense of hope and love and peace that we had back in the 60s that
It's a different world.
is just as important now as it was then.
It is, and exactly, and I don't want to get too, but it's definitely needed now. We are really, it's a whole different world. Our kids have no clue what it was like to live relatively peaceful times. There were the protests, I got it, we had the protests, but we didn't have, only I was just a little thing, but there was a Cuban Missile Crisis there was there.
Right.
Our parents must have been biting their nails. I heard they were really worried about that.
Oh,
They didn't let me know.
No. I was old enough to be aware that it was scary,
Yeah.
but not old enough to really get too bogged down by it.
Yeah, my parents were very good. I know them pretty well, and they did well they did not speak around with me about it. They were watching the news. But again, like you, I was a little too young to get the gist of it. Usually I can soak up the feelings but I didn't on this. They were pretty good about hiding their fear. They really, really were. And then, of course, we had the protests, the Vietnam protests and that type of thing. But it's a whole different world now. We have in North Korea, we've got those nuclear things, they're aiming right at us.
Right.
It's a whole different thing. And protesting.
Yeah. I think, and the thing with protesting is it does bring attention to the issues, but protests can't bring resolution to the issues.
Exactly.
So they're good for bringing awareness, but then it's like, okay, once we're aware, what are we going to do about a situation?
Right.
And it's so important that we have that idea that anger and hatred will not change the world.
No.
And we need to have love, caring. We need to see the best in each other. We need to have dialogue. We need to be able to understand where the other person's coming from. Maybe not accept it, but at least understand it.
Showing the respect that the other one has the right to their own opinion.
Exactly.
Whatever it is. I mean, you could be friends and have two very opposite political opinions, but I could put it aside and say, well, let's go get some coffee and talk about something else.
Right.
I could put that aside, and it doesn't mean I don't want that person as my friend.
Right.
I just think, okay, she or he is on a whole different, that's okay too,
Yeah.
but if I really value the friendship, I can put that aside.
Sure. And when somebody is willing to at least understand how I see things, and I may not change their mind, but if I can help them understand how I see the world, and maybe I can understand how they see the world, somewhere in there is that common ground that we can maybe build on to make things better.
Definitely. Gary, play another song for us.
Okay.
This is great. We have them intermittent. This is wonderful. Oh, Take Me to the River. Oh,
Okay.
Which one is that called?
This is called Someday.
Someday. Okay.
And it's a little interesting story, I think. I was clearing out an old computer, and I came across a set of song lyrics that I don't remember writing, and I couldn't remember what the tune was. So I went into the studio and just started playing,
Yeah.
and
And
this
it
is
just
what
happened.
came out.
It
Yeah.
happened. Oh,
Take me to the river, let me lay my burden down. Weary and I need a place to rest. I have traveled far, and the journey still goes on, looking for the answer to my quest. Though the sun will shine someday, as the water carries me away, I will find a place to stay someday. Take me to the river, let me rest my weary head. Let me find a place to feed my soul. I'm tired and I'm lonely, and I need some sustenance. Need some time to make my spirit whole. Know the sun will shine someday, as the water carries me away. I will find a place to stay someday. Take me to the river, let the water cleanse my soul. Let the clearness of the water fill my heart. Let me put the past behind me as I see the road ahead. Let me give my life another start. Know the sun will shine someday, as the water carries me away. I will find a place to stay someday.
Oh. Gary, let everyone know how they can get a hold of your your CD.
Okay, well, my CDs, you can get them a lot of ways. You can get them on Amazon. You can go to this CD and Be the Change are available on iTunes for download. CD Baby, there's a website called Bandcamp where you can actually...
What's it called?
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
And if you search for my name, you can download all of my CDs for a discount price.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're available a little bit of everywhere.
Where have you been appearing lately?
I have been appearing here and there. I have done the Palmer Historical and Cultural Center.
Palmer, boy, I remember that well.
Yeah.
Right near Wilbraham.
Right near Wilbraham. I have done a couple of performances at local places, Time Out in North Brookfield.
What's that? What's Time Out?
It's just a little like a club.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Very good.
And in March, I'm doing a performance in Springfield at the Bing Arts Center.
Is this new? Because when I lived out there, I don't remember that.
It's fairly new. It's been around for a few years now.
What's it called again?
Bing Arts Center.
B-I-N-G.
Bing Arts Center, B-I-N-G.
Right in the center of Springfield?
It's, I think, on Sumner Avenue.
Oh, I remember the name Sumner. Is the Springfield Coliseum still there? Or municipal? My graduating class was the first one. We were so huge to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm not as familiar with Springfield. I'm still getting to know that, but
Yeah.
I remember passing the Bing Arts Center a few years back when I think they were really just setting it up.
Yeah. Is it large?
I think it's probably an old movie theater.
Sumner Ave. I remember my mother. Are there doctors and things like that up there off Sumner Ave or stores?
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a while since
No.
I've
Yeah.
been there.
Because we lived in the Wilbraham part that was right near 16 acres, which was Springfield.
Right.
My best friend and I could walk or ride our bikes right over the line. And then you just follow that road right into Springfield. As a kid, that's what I remember.
Okay.
But now, Gary, lest we not forget, you started your interest in musicians playing your guitar when you were. I've got an album you gave me when you were. How old were you? 14, 15?
Well, no, the album I gave you was actually done in the 80s when I was in my 30s.
You look like a kid.
Yeah.
What is it with you and Carol?
Acted like a kid back then, too. But actually, I started writing and performing at about 16 years of age.
Yeah. Were you shy, or did you just get right out there?
I was shy except on stage.
That's interesting. They say a lot of radio and TV personalities are quiet in person, but they're different on radio. And I interviewed a local radio personality who was very outgoing. Met him in person, sedate, quiet, great guy. But I was like,
Yeah. There's something about performing that I think, even though you're taking risks, there's also a safety in that you have a role to play.
Yeah.
Particularly as a guitar player, I think it's helpful because you have that guitar between you and the audience. So it's kind of a protective type thing.
So that was you in your 30s. I would have thought this kid was like 15 on the cover. Remember, it's a regular one of the old, and those are coming back, the albums.
That one I gave you, I recorded in the 80s, and it was re-released last year by Domestica Records in Spain.
You told me about this. How did Spain get a hold of this again?
Apparently, the album, even though I maybe sold 30 copies back in the 80s, copies of it got around, and there is a certain subculture of people who like electronic music who have been passing this album around. I've seen copies sell on eBay before it was re-released for like $80 to $100.
That's amazing.
Unfortunately, I had no copies left to cash in on it. It was interesting because it was all done on an electronic keyboard and a $100 Yamaha keyboard with the auto rhythms and all that.
Yeah, with the
yeah.
So my grandchildren play those on those little toys now. Like
right.
Yeah.
I was inspired by Laurie Anderson, who was using all these expensive computer setups, and I was doing a show I called Experiments in Low Budget Technology, where I was trying to, for a couple $100,
see what you could do, right?
See what I could do that she was doing with thousands.
And you learned how to do it too. You got it. Is that the only album you put out? Because after that you went to the CDs.
Well, I did some cassettes back.
Way back, remember the cassettes?
In the 70s and 80s. None of which I don't think I have anymore, which is a shame because a couple of them had my brother Brian playing bass guitar. And he passed a few years ago, and I don't have really any of the recordings that he and I did.
That was different, those CDs. We used to even, remember in your car, you could just put that little CD in. Well, it's the same thing with you put your cassette in there. Now you just shove your CD in there, right? It's the same idea, but they were different. The
only format I have not recorded on is 8-track.
Yeah, well, the big fat ones. No, that would have been too late. That would have been too early for you. Yeah, those were, from what I saw, they were pretty fat.
They were fat, they were chunky, and usually they would change from one track to the other right in the middle of a song.
That's what I heard too. It's like, what happened to
Which
the
was-
song I'm
yes.
listening to?
Yeah,
Gary,
which was Little
how
Lily.
how can people get a hold of your DVD, Give Love, your CD?
Well, again, you can buy it on Amazon, CD Baby, iTunes, or you can go to my website, GaryBlanchard.info.
Gary, if people wanted to, like I was asking Carol, would like to book you to come and appear, would they get in touch with you on your private email or phone? How do you prefer?
If they go to the website, GaryBlanchard.info, you will find ways of contacting me by email. I think there's actually a online form you can fill out.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I offer is house concerts,
What's that?
where I would come to your home.
Yeah.
You invite, however many of your friends that you want.
Yeah.
And then, you...
It's like a party.
yeah, basically. And I would then sell CDs or
Yeah.
whatever if people wanted to buy them.
That's a great idea. You know, the girls have those home parties for jewelry and all that stuff. This is a whole different animal. It's the same coming to your home, but Gary will actually play for you and entertain everybody.
Yeah. House concerts are wonderful because it's a very intimate
Yeah.
type thing. And
They get to know you better.
absolutely, because you're interacting more with the audience than
Yeah.
you do in other settings.
Yeah. So how many of those do you think you do?
Nowhere near as many as I would like
She
to.
wants to do. Is there something that the host who's having it should know ahead of time?
Not really. It's just a matter of, and it's not like you have to make this open to the public and have people you don't know coming to your house.
Just make room for you in the living room.
Make room in the living room, and
How long do you stay?
usually it's like about maybe a 90-minute
That's pretty good.
performance.
Now, does Carol come in and read her poetry too?
If somebody wanted that, we could absolutely do that.
Oh, you get a 2-for-1 deal here.
There you go.
This is good.
There you
How,
go.
Would you travel pretty far, Gary?
Within reason, if after a certain point we would sort of need a place to stay.
So Canada's
and
out, right?
Canada, I would have to get my passport again.
Well, I mean, if you went out to New Hampshire, go up to the White Mountains, and then get a nice motel up there and that type of thing. But that's pretty cool. House concerts.
Yeah.
And if you want to have Gary come and play at maybe it's a reunion at home or it's some gathering of your family and or friends,
Right.
come and play. Gary, we got about 2 minutes. Lead us out.
Okay.
Gary Blanchard, our resident musician-songwriter. Okay, this is going to be, which is this song?
This song is called Love Will Fill Us Again.
There we go.
At least it would be if... Oh, here it is.
It comes in with 2 guitars. It's like having a whole orchestra here with one person.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can only play one at a time.
Right.
Love is warm, love is strong, love can fill us again, amen. Open your eyes, open your heart, open your mind, let the love start. Love is warm, love is strong, love can fill us again, amen. Love is warm, love is strong, love can fill us again, amen. Look to the sky, look to the light, to your soul, set the world right. Love is warm, love is strong, love can fill us again, amen. Love is warm, love is strong, love can fill us again, amen. us a time. Don't hesitate. Open the door. It's not too late. Love is warm. Love is strong. Love can fill us again. Amen. Love is warm. Love is strong. Love can fill us again. Amen.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
Gary Blanchard and his wife Carol Mays. We're hoping we'll be back when it's warm, the warm weather, because Carol told me that she has a book, Halloween focused poems. I bet you'll have some more things by then too.
I'm sure I will.
The two of you. It must be a very active home with him playing and then her thinking about the poems. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you
Always
for having
a
us.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure being here.
We'll see you next time on Be My Guest.